All right. So the message I got about the masculine energy is that it's like you have a recipe book, and I was kind of talking about like cooking the dough the other day, but I feel like he has to make a recipe now that he's never made before, and there's this like dragging his heels, like inertia, stepping out of his old programs, his old patterns, and his addictions that he held dear, and that he like got a fair bit of felt like he had been creating this character, but it's kind of like a Bergman film. So, and I'm gonna compare it to Bergman's entire career, where it's like first he made like Summer with, not like first, it's not his first film, whatever, but like early on he made My Summer with Monica, right? And then like fast forward to Fanny and Alexander, and she's like a grandma. Meanwhile, she's been like popping up in a bunch of his movies and stuff, and it's like um it's like working on this character over and over again. It's just like, oh my god, like take a page from Robert Bresson, like just use an actor who's not an actor, who promises in writing never to act again, so that the character in your movie can be preserved as like a pristine, effort out into the universe and stuff like that. So I don't even know the lady's name, but it's just like, after I'd seen a few Bergman films, and I'm not going to say I saw all of them because I didn't, but I saw a bunch. And then I realized, sorry, I thought there was like a cat scratch on my drum machine, but it's just the plug. Anyway, so it's like, it's kind of like my Roger Daltrey thing. It's just like, stop being and forcing yourself on people, and like being in situations that you shouldn't be in, and step out of this character that you've just been like, it's like beating a dead horse. Like, yeah, yes, you love to act, like everybody loves to act, okay, like not everybody is gonna like pull something off like Marlon Brando, like the scene in Viva Zapata, like where he's in the church and he's flirting with that woman. Like, not everybody can do that, all right? But everybody loves acting, and you don't take that, you know what I mean? Like, don't be that woman. Don't be like My Summer with Monica, grandma and Fanny and Alexander person who just like stinking up the joint with like the same like face, you know what I mean? Like, cut it out with this character that you've created over time. There's like, I'm this guy. It's like, you know what? No, you're not. Because like in your soul, you're totally somebody else. And this like defense mechanism that you created to survive and like keep people off your back in today's like whatever 2019 simulation, is bullshit. So pardon my French. And just, oh my god, like stop, like drop that character, and who are you? Like, truly, like if you felt that like no one would bug you and everything would go your way today, no matter what, and you can just be yourself, how would you act in that situation? Like, it's like when people are trying to give you career advice, it's like, if you knew that you couldn't fail, what would you do with your time? Like, who would you date if you knew you couldn't fail? So it's just like, cut the crap, like cut this the drama. It's like, you know, sometimes I think like I don't even like Bergman's films because it's like, oh my, like get your friends out of these. Like, why? Like, I understand that he like workshopped stuff like in the live theater and stuff before, and he needed like a little group to workshop and stuff. But you don't need to like use the workshop people for the film. And yeah, it's just like trotting out this tired, predictable thing, and it's like nobody likes predictability. What people like is that like effervescent, sparkling stream from the universe that surprises and delights you with its like purity. And I don't, by purity, purity doesn't mean absence. Purity is, to me, is like focus. It's like crystals, you know. It's like, check this out. This crystal, for example, has a like red tourmaline, right? Has a consciousness. It's like I have a pure consciousness intention to be red tourmaline. I'm not just like all over the place, like dog's breakfast, like just doing the same old to survive. It's like, no, I'm gonna be like living in a rock that's all like gray and there's like dirt and stuff, but I'm gonna be like red tourmaline in the middle of all that stuff. There's a purity of intention, which is like focus. It's very like ninja. So people love that like direct channeling from the universe that is not sullied by human loser kind of like doubts and like always reaching for the same bag, like same flavor of chips. Like, stop. Like one time one time I was near Shawinigan. It's just like a really small town, Deb, and I was like, there's curry flavored chips in the middle of nowhere in Quebec, and I was like, yes, like, you know, it's like God's hand had reached down and put like a decent flavor chip in the store, and I said to the lady, I was like, how did this happen? Like, how did are you gonna have this again? And then she said it was like a fluke. It was just like they had a bunch excuse me, they had a bunch of flavors on the truck, and they just like they felt a little crazy and they got curry chip, but that like aligned with me feeling a little crazy and wanting not ketchup chips, you know. So anyway, long story short, get out of your comfort zone that doesn't even serve you. It's not making anybody watching it happy. It's like no one wants to see Bergman's friends who workshop his complicated play ideas, you know. Just doing like, you know what I mean? It's like that scene in his movie. I feel like taking my time today, so like deal with it. Okay, there's that other movie where it starts and it's like either sunrise or sunset, and it's like circus people in their caravan line. It's like don't be like dragging all your stuff, like your costumes, and like acting all like mime. And you know, like it takes a lot of effort to have all that artifice and pretending to be what you're not, when you could just be like water dripping from a tree branch, which is like mind-blowing. It's beautiful, and like it's just doing one thing well. It's like just be you and do that really well, and you'll fit in with all the other yous who are doing their own thing, and it's just going to be this like Is panoply a good word? I don't know. It's like my brain. It's just like this amazing spectacle of uniqueness that is like, you're like, thank you. Because like one of my problems with going to the States, and I am American, like born there, but like my brain was, I was brainwashed in Canada, but like I was born in the States and have American family on both sides. So um when I go there and I'm just like being me, and then like I say, maybe I'm like a little dressed a little more like out there now, but like let's like rewind a little bit, and maybe I have like just brown hair and just wearing a t-shirt or something. It's not like saying look at me. Just in a bit of a look at me face, but maybe temporary. But when you go to the States, it's like people dress like in groups, and it kind of drives me nuts because there's like there's the group of guys who like dress like toddlers, like the Bermuda short and like either the polo shirt or like a cotton like collared shirt together on a grown man. I call that like the toddler look. It's like what you would put on your 4-year-old if you were going to like visit older relatives or something like that. And it's like that just that's not working. Like it's not like, especially when they have like a clean cut haircut, beard or not, it's just like no, like okay, so whatever, people of the world, take note of that. But and then there was like one time I was in LA and I met some friends of a friend, and they're like, oh, what do you do? And I was like, I do a bunch of arts, like music, film, stuff. And they're like, describe it. And they wanted like one of those like LA, describe it in everything you do in one sentence and deliver it now. It's like not everything's for sale, or like, and not everything is like can be grouped or summarized. It's like I am the artwork, and I'm living my artistic life. I can't summarize that for you, and I can't like, as I'm not like the Chili Peppers meets James Brown or something. Like I can't summarize it for you because it's just who. And they're like, oh, you don't look like an artist. And it's like, yeah, because like in Canada, people don't dress like in a Bergman movie. Like we're not all miming it out and like wearing costumes, and we're not trying to be like, I'm alternative. Like I have a Hawaiian shirt and my hair is a spiky orange, or what. It's like you can just be chill and be rad in your mind and like whatever. Like, so that sense of artifice, long-winded explanation, but the masculines like indulging in this and broadening this sense of artifice over time has become like pretty tired and kind of boring to everybody around him, including himself at this point. So it's like, when are you going to drop that and just be like a drop of clean water on like a leaf at dawn that is going to decide to like either fall off that leaf and be part of something that's growing on the earth, or it's going to decide to evaporate up into the sky again. Like that's like way more rad and like exciting, so, and pure. So that's the sort of general energy behind today in terms of this masculine energy reading I'm doing. right about now. So the Crystal Kingdom's message is Brazilianite. Yeah, you could look at that. And the message is flexibility. I am flexible and free to be me, which is like a total 100% high five on what I just talked about for a long time. So be flexible so that you can be more authentic. You mean letting go of some masks, some habits that aren't serving you. All right. So with the Golden Tarot, this was on the bottom of the deck. So this is like what it's about. So it's about the masculine coming forward with an offer of love. I mean, I've heard some readers say like this. Is it this card? No, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to look at the card for a second. I feel like the masculine energy, you see how like the drips on this waterfall seem like they made the drips like too big? Or they like shortcutted? They're like, okay, instead of making like a bunch of lines for the waterfall, I'm just gonna do like one big drip and I'm out. Okay, sorry, I was like, right. Yeah, so I feel like the masculine is coming forward with this offer of love, but he has like a cartoonish expectation of how things are gonna roll. You're in for a surprise, I think. Like he's just like do do do, you know. I feel overflowing with love, and I'm gonna come forward on my white stallion. They just got back from like the groomers because they have one of those like bandanas. I'm just kidding. But it's like, you know, he's being all like, I'm so presentable and like you don't know anything. I'm just because he's all like in armor. I feel like he's disguising how kind of unclean he may actually be underneath all that armor. Like if you in some of the cards, like the figures are like without clothes, and that means they're being like genuine. It doesn't mean like people in the stages of life are running around naked. It's more like a how you present yourself in the world in another way. So right. So and also, you know, because like the knight is like a chess piece, and I was getting earlier like I don't know, whatever, but I don't want to be like swearing and stuff, but like checkmate, B word, like when this knight comes forward on the chessboard of life towards the feminine energy, she's just going to be like, I saw this, how all these moves are going to play out, and it's like checkmate. Either B word with that's a swear word or like buddy. I'll substitute buddy for that. I'm not like, I do swear from time to time, but it doesn't give me any sense of pleasure to do it. It's like more just the thing. The people do. So yeah, so in the game of life, he has like a more innocent perspective on like how he thinks his offer is going to be perceived. But it's like, if there's been a lot of funny business, you can't come with like the simplistic drawing of the waterfall is like the waterfall represents like your emotion, the overflowing emotions. It's like, can you make your emotions like not simplistic, please? Can you give the feminine the respect of like giving a little more detail on this water over here? Because we want to know how you truly feel. I know you don't want it to be like hidden behind your armor. And like just because you took a shower and combed your hair doesn't mean like it's all good. There needs to be some, break it down. Anyway, so this knight is coming forward to this Queen of Wands. I have a cat like this. I guess he left the room. And she's in her zone right now. She's feeling like sensual and like she's feeling her energy. She's like looking around. Who shall I share this passionate kingdom that I have, queendom that I have? And I have like a faithful, intuitive, like intuition is my buddy. And there's like sunflowers, which are like in your face, optimistic type of flower, like hard not to notice. And there's like a bunch of sprouts coming off of this wand. So it's like she has options about her passion, where she can take it. So this guy's approaching her. And she's kind of looking away like, yeah, I got these other things I'm kind of into right now. I'm kind of into looking at this sunflower and feeling good about my life instead of being confused by your like costume mask wearing self. So you gotta be like, you gotta step it up, masculine, because you decided with all of your energy, creativity, life force, you decided to create this situation for the feminine when you could have gone indoors with it and like enjoyed stability. You decided to take it outside and act like all wounded and stuff and shut her out from any kind of like solid relationship because you thought like suffering would be like a cooler jam. And now you're coming back with this sort of slightly like adolescent, covered up, guarded offering of one cup to this woman who like, or, woman like feminine energy, who's just like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I'm passionate. I'm on my throne. I'm looking towards happier times. I've got a gazillion options in my hand. And I got intuition on my side. So it's like, if you're in the habit of like either just coming forth with like little quick offers and then shutting her out all the time, it's like, it's not really gonna, it's not the coolest way to step forward, is it? That's why you need to be flexible and free to be your authentic self instead of being like this kind of player, like, surprise, everything's gonna suck now. Like, you don't want to pull that again because it's not. This feminine energy has no time for that, like zero time for that. It's like, let me check my schedule for your BS. Like, I don't think I have time for that at all because I got cooler stuff to do. And even if I don't have someone immediately in my life, like, I'm good. Like, she looks pretty happy there. Oh, and we have again same card, 5 of Pentacles, twice. So it's like but I'm going to read drew up sexual magic definition because truthfully, like this shut out card looks different from this Five of Pentacles card, I have to say. So let's see what they're trying to tell us about that. Sorry, it took like a day, or I don't know if that was 2 days off. I think it was 2. But I'm a parent, and when stuff comes up, I stop doing tarot readings and I put my kids first. Okay, so Five of Pentacles, completeness. Really? That's interesting. I just want to make sure. Yep. All right. If you say so. The magic of the rose and the violin. You cannot give up on transforming the world around you and making it more similar to your ideals. After all, the world is the home of our love. Okay, I gotta read that twice because it just didn't compute in my brain. You cannot give up on transforming the world around you and making it more similar to your ideals. Like, don't give up, okay, on transforming the world to make it reflect your ideals. After all, the world is the home of our love. I mean, like, I like this deck, but the wording of that is like, you know, is that even English? But anyway, in essence, okay, well, the two cards are a little bit similar in that, like, it's kind of like these guys are inside this house, but what it took to get inside the house was their desire to, like, go in the house, like, to transform the world to reflect their desires of having the security of love. So in this case, like, they felt shut out, but these guys, like, made the effort of actually going inside and having, like, but it takes effort, you know, and it takes effort and flexibility to, like, be authentic. And it's not just you can't just mindlessly have it happen. Sometimes it takes effort to, like, take something that you messed up and go, like, hold up, like, let's go, actually, like, let's stop. Why don't I stop forcing you to walk outside in the cold? Let's go inside, because actually, surprise, I actually own this place. And I was too scared to let you in to my world. But now I realize, like, the world is love, and I want to well, it's like the rose and the violin, it's like he made an effort, like, maybe even there's some music effort involved in, like, giving of roses and stuff. Like, it's not just they're not just in a stone and dirt environment. Like, he made the effort to, like, wine her and dine her or whatever, like, he made an effort to bring this about. So you need to make an effort. From my deck, we got surprising news, and either the surprising news is like, I got someone pregnant, or the surprising news is like, hey, I want to start something new. Let's birth something together. And it's a surprise to hear that. So it's like one way or the other. And then we have okay, why am I? All right, fine. I feel like I need to look at these first. Yeah, because the masculine, we had this on another day recently. The masculine's leaving one relationship behind to and getting like washed in the river of the universe to like be reborn, to cross over to this other relationship, because it's like the birth of something new. Because he like became enlightened, having everything like hung up for a while in his life, like pause. It's like spirit pressed pause on his life, and he had that gave him the stillness and boredom, perhaps, or or yeah, the lack of momentum and everything else, like gave him the opportunity to have this shed light on the situation, where he's like, oh, I get it now. I get it. I need to make a new start and cross over from one relationship. Or like if people aren't in love relationships and stuff, like it's about like moving from one project to another, or it could have other meanings, but it's like something that you put your energy and passion and love and stuff into. Yeah, because he's taken the time to heal over this situation, and because and they want to rebuild something together, because like the other day we had the Tower card where everything like exploded from the situation that wasn't working for them previously, and like now you got to like take those fallen bricks, or and make like something new, something solid with the person you're crossing back over to. And you can kind of see this like third person as like spirit is the architect saying like, put that there, perhaps. Let me just look at it for a second. Yeah, and I do feel like music plays a role in this reading. Maybe it's like a uniting force in some way. Whether that's like a song that triggers like a romantic feeling, or you actually play music, something to that order. I feel like someone's mad. I just said that last bit because like my throat is super like feeling sore and like constricted now, so stop doing that, please. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Princess of Cups. Yeah, so I feel like these are the two feminine energies in question that the masculine is choosing among these two different feminine energies that are different. Because we have like the stable, manifested female energy that's abundant, and then we have the more like tumultuous, like in your face, more like sexual kind of type feminine energy. But it's like, can you make a home? Can you like live that every day? Or can you live this every day? And who's to say that this queen, doesn't have like all the characteristics of the previous, because like it's a development of into the queen. You're not just like, I'm a queen, like, and I didn't have to do any work, like I'm so easy. It's like probably that queen has a touch of passion and like zing in her too, but it's like I have that, but then I like crystallized it into like what I want, because I had a pure vision of what I want to make, and it's more solid. So it's like he's choosing between like an under sort of developed feminine energy and a developed one. It's fun. Okay, this is a recap. I feel like okay, let's get back and get all my pictures together. All right, so we got this guy coming with some surprising news. And it's like, oh, you don't have to, I'm not going to treat you like this anymore. I'm going to on purpose make an effort now. Because I recognize that you're this person. And I recognize that you're this person. And I'm done messing around with all these energies. Because I want to make something. I want to make something new with you, or like that column B would be like, I want to have a child with you, perhaps. But like in any event, it's the birth of something new. Because I've had time to think about it, and I've had time to heal, and I want to cross over to you and build something solid. Because I'm ready to be flexible and truly be myself in authenticity and make it like this effort kind of thing. Because the taking off of the masks kind of thing is necessary. It's not comfortable. It's not in his zone, perhaps. And maybe that's why he feels so guarded, and maybe that's why the message will come off like, a bit WTF, surprising, or not said with like the most grace and consideration towards the listener. But nonetheless, stepping forward and having the flexibility to actually like break out of his old patterns and make change and passionately be authentic. Yeah. So I hope this was of some use to you, and I wish you the best, and have a great day.